Hi, I'm Gal Almog. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Talenya. Talenya is a talent sourcing powered by AI solution. I'll talk today in my 7 minutes about AI and the future of recruitment, and I'll talk in the context of what Talenya does. Talenya uses AI to search and find diverse talent uh, in specific minorities and women. And we work with some of the world leading companies. Here are some examples of the companies we work with. Let me tell you about what can AI do in recruitment that humans are unable to do. Talent sourcing is probably the last standing industry where people sit by computers, enter keywords, and then sift through hundreds, if not thousands, of profiles. To us, this looks like an inefficient way to find and source talent and not a good use of recruiters' talent. And that's why we invented AI to change that. So AI can search and find and aggregate a vast amount of data that otherwise people will have to go to different sources to do that. Most recruiters obviously use LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is just one source. You're limited by 3 degrees of separation between you and the people you want to search and find. Obviously, you can't find everyone in the market, but AI can aggregate and curate a vast amount of data from multiple sources, including LinkedIn, but also GitHub, Stack Overflow, Indeed, Glassdoor, and so forth, and make that data searchable and fresh and add contact information. The other thing is AI can derive wisdom from large data. Typically, the data tells us things that we cannot understand without algorithm. And I'll talk a bit and do a demo about these kind of things. But it is the ability to search unstructured data, every possible job title, every possible skill and permutation, and curate it into structured data they can look at and evaluate candidates. And AI can also eliminate keyword search. So there's no need to enter keyword and know every possible job title, every possible skill. You just need to upload the job description. AI would understand your job description, understand the granularity of importance, and create a search for you. That search would allow you to prioritize your candidates, and it would learn from your selection. And the only thing you need to do is just to thumbs up or thumbs down candidates, and the software would use machine learning to understand who you want and who you do not want and reprioritize your search. Then it can overcome bias, which is so typical to humans. If this is implemented properly and we don't just mimic human bias into AI, which is sometimes the case. So obviously, you know, when we look for diverse talent at Talenya, we hide photos and names, and selection is made purely based on candidate merits. But people have many, many biases, and AI can uncover those biases and allow recruiters and companies to overcome these biases by using software and not human, you know, for some of the selections. Also, very importantly, is that AI can predict missing information and predict different things that humans are unable to predict. For example, Talenya predicts missing skills. So if a candidate failed to put a skill on their profile, we can predict that they do have that skill. We look at 1 million data scientists and see that 90% have Python. We can assume that 10% that fail to put Python do have that skill, and we add it to their profile. We can also predict likelihood to change jobs. So we can reach not only the right talent, but reach them at the right timing, moments before they start their job search. And we can also automate a lot of the manual work of recruiters. For example, engaging candidates. So instead of sending LinkedIn messages and emails and so forth, so on, engagement bots powered by AI can optimize, send messages, multiple messages, send it at the right timing, the right date, in the right day of the week, and make sure that you get the highest response and you don't waste your time doing it manually. And finally, AI can be so accurate that it can eliminate or at least minimize many errors that human recruiters can unintentionally make. I want to show you how that looks in reality. And this is the way our software looks. So you can see a list of candidates that the software has come up with. And they are prioritized from best match to low match. And you can see that we bring skills and information on these candidates from multiple sources. For example, this candidate has data from LinkedIn, GitHub, Stack Overflow, Facebook, and Indeed that you would otherwise have to look separately. We tell you where each skill came from, and we even show you SQL and C as derived skills, which is skill the candidate did not put on their profile, but the software added those skills at 95% accuracy, so you don't miss out on these candidates. And the only thing you need to do is really click on thumbs up or thumbs down, and the software would automatically learn from your selection and bring you more lookalikes and less unlookalikes. And you can see at the bottom that the software learns. In a few clicks, it would recommend to me some changes that it cannot do automatically. Many of the changes it can do automatically, but some changes require my approval, and now recommendation would come up and I would be asked to accept some changes and refine the search. And we can see the search is now refined and reflects better my priorities and preferences. We can also see here that we can identify diversity, women, African American, and so forth, and boost their participation in the talent pool. But this is a topic for another conversation. Thank you very much for your time and have a fruitful day. Thanks.